Let's have a look at a way in which we can use our most treasured pieces of lace and fabric and turn them into some incredible, fun journaling ephemera. Hello and welcome to the Treasured Page. I'm Melanie and this is our quiet crafting space. Today I'm having a look at the lace that I have recently found in a vintage shop. I've got some very, very old, beautiful lace here and I would like to be able to show it off in a journal. And what I don't want to do is use lots of it. So if you have anything special where you just want snippets of it, but you don't want to use a big long stretch of your lace or your fabric or your ribbon or trim because you haven't got very much and it's beautiful and you love it, then this is a really good idea. So I have been asked by Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah to come and join a little collaborative project this month, and I have been sent some images and things to work with. So a bit of a challenge here for me because she sent me something pink, and this is what I've been sent from Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah, and this is available on her Etsy shop. I will leave the link below. Tina and I have realised that we only live a town apart, and so it's quite nice to be able to help a fellow crafter who is local to me. I've got some brilliant tickets here and I've got these tags. These are the things that I have pulled out from the bundle of digitals that she sent me, and I will tell you now that everything she sent me was pink, and that is a colour that I think a lot of crafters have to work, have to really think about. This has been paired with red. Now those colours traditionally clash, but when you put it in a vintage style, it sort of works. So we're going to have a look and explore that and not shy away from something that is a little bit scary. So today, this is my scary project that I'm going to have a go at. First, I'm going to cut everything out, and just to let you know, I've printed these tickets out on photo quality paper. So this is photo paper, which is matte, not glossy. And these have come out with really brilliant clarity and nice strong colours, and the same here. So for these tags, I have chosen 120 GSM paperweight just to keep the tag thin, but still have a strength to it so that it will hold up as a tag in the journal, and it'll allow us to put some extra embellishment on there without it becoming too bulky. And the back is white, so we're going to be looking at that and having a go at how we can alter these and really have a bit of fun playing around. Alright, so everything has been cut out. That was really good fun, nice and relaxing. I did everything by hand, but you can of course use a guillotine and make things a little bit speedy. Just taking the corners off of any ticket that has the rounded edges, that just makes it easier. I haven't got to go round cutting. I'm just putting it through, just taking off the white corners, and then I will be inking around. So just going to do the same for this one as well. And I think I shall just do what was probably stuck on a spike in days gone by, so maybe we'll even make the spike go this way. So I'll just mark it so I know, then I can see the mark on the back, push my awl in, and I'll just make it look like that was on a spike, and then we'll ink round that raggedy edge. It's just quite interesting, looks a bit more authentic. I'm going to take a 1/2 inch circle punch. You don't have to, you could ink that bit to blank it out, or you could just get in there with some little scissors and cut that white divot out, but I'm just going to do it like that. There we go, and there is my ticket. And then of course you can just go round with your snips and come a little bit more closer to the point and go round. That is more that is tricky. Not impossible. There we go, we got there in the end. Not as nice as having one of these. So this is for multiple uses. I always find these hole punches circle punches are really good. So that's the 1/2 inch, very useful for ticket making and also for popping out little circles of paper to become. So let's do that and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'm going to use the Victorian Velvet Distress ink. So we're working in pink tones today. I'm just going to put some onto this piece of white paper, which was an offcut from here, so it's the same paper. I'm just putting a little bit of the stain on there. I might even do this. So this is going on like that. Just get the colour on. I've got pumice stone, but black or brown would be perfect. This is a dark, well, I suppose it's a grey colour. I'll just add that in. I think actually it's a bit too pale, but we'll go with it anyway. Get the texture on there, just get the marking on there. So we've got 6 tags. I'm punching out 6 circles. I'm doing it this way so that I can see what image is going to pop up. And we'll just take our 6 circles. 6. That's an interesting scrap. So we'll put that away and use that for another time. And now I'm going to be able to put on these as my reinforcers. And because this is a design team project for Shabbydabbydoodah, I am going to be using the tacky glue that Tina always uses. I thought that that would be fun to use some of the things that she has on her channel. And I'm going to now glue on my little embellished pieces here. So this is just a PVA glue, but it is in a really interesting bottle. So it will allow you to have a bit more precision with this slim nib here. So we're just going to add these little pieces in on top of that. Whoops. So we just glue our little buttons, and these could be added elsewhere as well. I think you may have seen me do this before, where we make our little embellished buttons and add them to things. Nice, keeps things nice and flat. And when these have dried, we'll be able to punch the hole, and the whole thing will make sense as a reinforcement ring for these little tags. Now, while the reinforcers are drying, I'm going to go around the edge with the matching ink and just bring in that colour tone all the way around. You don't need a pink ink. This would look really nice with a vintage photo or any kind of mid-brown tone. You could have a look at a grey, that would be lovely, and even a green, because there's green in the tag. So whatever colours are in the tag, you can pick out a corresponding ink of any of the colours there, and that would still look great. So I'm just thinking that I don't get a lot of opportunity to use my Victorian Velvet colour from Ranger here, so I'm just embracing the scary pink colour for a journal and having a go, and just trusting the process of don't give up, just keep going, and then we'll just add the things that we want to have on the top, and then this will become a fabulous backdrop. So we'll try this pumice stone grey-brown colour and see if that is the right thing. It's quite good, quite grungy, quite like that. This is very relaxing and very therapeutic. So cutting out, inking round, I know it can be really dull to watch, but I'll just show you a few so you get the idea. If you are new to junk journaling, then inking around the edges where you've got a white cut modern edge and you're just now taking it into something, bend it, don't be worried about it, and just emphasize that bit there, and then that brings in this aging effect that you really can only get with the inked edge. Bend it, bring in a little bit of a colour. Otherwise it's all too new and fresh and modern. All right, round we go again, turning back the years, rolling back into a time. So this looks like it was found, even scruff it up a bit, put in the creases. This has been in someone's pocket, this has been in the drawer, this was tucked between a page, this has gone through the ages. Okay, have a look what it is. It's a training camp, so you know, could have got a bit dirty. Just give it a bit of history, give it a bit of a story. Same with the ticket. This was a much loved trip to the theatre, Pickwick Theatre, and this was a romantic, very special thing. This was a first date. So this has been kept and tucked in a diary. That's really sweet. We might do something nice with that one. And again, just go round, have a look what the ticket is, and just imagine what a fun day out that might have been for whoever had this in the past. And then you can bring in sort of how might that have been stored. Was it stuck down in a journal or a scrapbook? And just have a play, and that is the relaxation of journaling with digital kits, because you've got these wonderful images. There's another one for the cinema or the theatre. Just enjoy the process of these tickets, which can come and be part of clusters. They can come and be little page embellishments. Just they are really useful. So we'll try and incorporate them into our tag project over here and see if we can do something fun with the tickets. Again, we'll just deliberately scrunch it and make it worn. So that is how we can really age these things. It's paper, but paper looks good when it's been used. So bend it, manipulate it, work it, make it feel like an old ticket, and then it takes on a whole other character. Don't be frightened to bend your paper, to roll it and just give it a little bit more movement so that it's warped and it's more interesting. No piece of paper from history is completely flat and undamaged unless it's been in a museum and put in the right places. But these were workable pieces of ephemera. These were things that were tickets or meant to be handled over time, and then they are really for a one-time use. So if we've got them now, it means that somebody kept them. And where did they keep them? Was it found in an old pocket, in somebody's jacket? Here's the one that's been on a spike. Was this in an office drawer, put in the back of the cupboard, long forgotten about, in an old box for storage in some container, and then all this stuff suddenly came to light, hadn't been seen for years. Do you know? That becomes interesting. So that is our ephemera. We can work with that. Nice to put in a little ephemera folder or something that you can store them in a tin and pull from. So fabulous tickets there from Tina at shabbydabbydoodah. Okay, we're going to now punch our holes and see about putting our lace on. So I'm going to be using my crocodile just because I think that that's going to get into the centre of the tag nice and easily. I'm just going to eyeball it and put a little dot where I think the centre is of all of these tags. Punch and aim for the middle as best we can. Okay, putting the holes in, and then last one. There we go. And there we go. So I put a little bit of ink right in the centre as well so that we can eliminate any white edge there. So that's how to do that. So far so good. Alright, the back other tickets are white, and we're just going to add some aging effects here. I've got a Perspex block, but you could use some baking sheet, something with a water resist, because we're just going to add a little spray of water. I'm going to take the ink that I was using and put some down on there. If I do it on there, we might be able to see. A water bottle is always useful, so you can get these in the drugstore. You can get these for travel purposes. They're really good. Nice to have a little bit of water spray on hand. Just spray down our ink. Hopefully you can see the water droplets there on this plastic. I'm now going to just add some onto the tag like this and just give a bit of the aging effect onto there. I'll leave those to dry. And then we just repeat the process like that, so that we're getting some transference of colour, and keep going until we get all the tags done. I'm just running my finger through it just to break up and blend the water droplets, and then adding in my ticket. I keep calling them tickets, but they're tags. Adding in my tag with all the beautiful peonies and roses, beautiful flowers. So these tags can work for any time of the year. You can alter them and make them more grungy. You can have them for spring and summer. They are just versatile, really nice. Any page you want to do, maybe for a period drama, if you've been watching anything on the TV, any particular film, and you just want to bring in that vibe of something from the 1800s would work, Victorian journals, anything like that, all really good. Getting some nice colour effects coming now. So I'm just going to keep going with this colour changing idea. And then I'm working with the pumice stone now. I'm putting a little spray of that on. Quite interesting to see what that does. Oh, that's nice. Lovely colour. Pumice stone. It's nice to see it on. It's nice to see it on such a white background. You can really see the colours there. They work nicely together, those two colours. So we just bring in a little bit of the brown. If you buy reinforcer circles and you get paper ones, this is another way to just, I'm sure we've seen this before on this channel, just add a little bit of ink, and then we will be able to decorate these up on the back as well. That's another way of doing it. Okay, so here are the backs. They're looking really lovely, like a wonderful old marbled effect, and then they do work well with what's on the front, so they are all in keeping. We've just used 2 inks for this project and the digital kit, which you can get from Shabbydabbydooda's online Etsy shop. And then I'm just adding reinforcements here just to give that little extra embellishment, and then going over with the ink. And then we've got an option of putting in a little bit of lace or something at the top. So I've got a couple of stamps here from Stampers Anonymous, Tim Holt's range. This is Fragments, and this one is Faded Type. And I'm going to just dab a bit on, just to give a little hint of something else. And that's in the green, so that's quite nice. I think that echoes the green on the front, so just sort of thought that would be a good one to go for. So we'll do a bit down there, a bit up the top. Okay, we'll leave this stamp in case we want to do something on the front. So this was an archival ink in peeled paint. I think that's really lovely. It's come out nice and dark. All right, so I'm going to leave that as the back, and I shall now work on the front. I've also got some lovely embellished pieces here with sparkles and beads. I'm just cutting this one out. Okay. Right, I'm going to just start gluing them down. I like this here, so I'm just going to mark it either side. Then I know where to put my glue, and I will be putting the glue inside this line. I'm going to make a belly band on here. So we'll just put the glue like that, and now this should just fit perfectly. Right, I'll put that off to one side with the paperweight on top. I have inked around. I like the top of that, so we're just covering up some of the labels on there. Just add the glue along the edge there. Push that into position. I'm going to just cut this away, and then we'll ink around. Just ink that edge to blend that in and make it make sense. Okay, not sure about that one at the moment. This one's sweet. I'm going to cut this piece off here so it appears that the ticket is going off the page, off the end of the tag. And I think let's glue this down and create a little side tuck, and then we'll put the paperweight on all of those. Good. Not sure about this one. Now we've got this piece here, so we've got little scraps now to play with. This one looks sweet here, maybe, and then I glue them as one piece. Where I want it. Oh, that is really brilliant. Okay, that is lovely. Okay, I think this one has dried off now, so I'm just going to turn it over and remove the excess ticket piece there on both sides, and then I shall just ink around the cut edge so that that's all blended in. That has now become a little pocket, so that's sweet, and then we'll have to put something along the bottom. So I'm thinking maybe this along the bottom. If I just snip a piece off here, trim that little bit off there. I like that. That is really pretty. So we either have that in there, or we maybe have this. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. Yeah, let's have it so it comes out the bottom as well. On top there. And then we've got this one, similar thing. I think it might be nice if we have some lace across the front there. I've got a scrap here of this very pretty lace. I think that would look nice there. Maybe a ticket, because that's a belly band. So that's sweet. Perhaps a little bit along the bottom as well on that one. I'm going to have it at a slight angle. Maybe this. That's nice, I quite like that. Bring the red in. Glue's working out, it is sticking really well. It's a bit tricky to get it out of the bottle. It's doing that, which is
Not my favourite thing in all the world. Do I want a thumb hole? Probably not, otherwise I shall not see the word. And we'll just add that on the side. That gives us a number. Let's see about this one. Line here. So PVA glue dries clear, and it's quite nice that it's not stuck down completely on the bottom, so that's quite sweet. This is talking about the theatre, so we could have something really theatrical, and I have to be careful with this. Okay, adding this on here and leaving that little bit of net trailing out. Aren't they sweet? Oh, I love them. What else can we have for a bit of decadence? I've got the button tin here. I'm thinking that I just want a button on here, perhaps. That could be fun. Maybe this is quite a nice one. There's a green to bring that in. Or even, or a yellow, no, or a red. That's quite fun. Or even this green with the red trim already in it. With the red thread. Oh, I like that. Let's have that. That's really vintage. Beautiful red thread. So that must have come off something quite fun. And then that, I think, is perfect for a sentiment or something to go there. I'll just bring this ticket down. So I think that's nice that those both numbers are showing. A nice little sentiment here is just reminding you to live your life. There, I think that's lovely. No matter what age you are, no matter what's happening, you've still got to live your life for you. And if that just means escaping to a quiet craft and coming and enjoying yourself for half an hour, then you should do that. So live your life, and there's a little ticket to remind you to go places as best you can, whenever you can, and pick up some memories along the way. And always look out for the hope. There we go. There we go. Apologies if you can hear anything in the background. We've got trick-or-treaters coming. And then just going to add the glue along the bottom. This beautiful, really old lace. That is just awesome. And here are the tags. All I need to do now is to put an embellished piece of lace or ribbon, something in the top. So I'm just going to have a look at my stash and see what I've got. But they've come out really well. I'm really pleased. Just adding some ribbon here. I'll just cut that off at an angle. And this is the sort of ribbon that you can get that comes free in some clothing, and it's just for the purpose of hanging it up on the hanger. I'm making a loop, and the loop is going through the back so that I get a V shape on the front with the ribbon. You can do it the other way around as well. If you put the loop through the front, you get a different look. I've got a bit of this, looks quite interesting. I'm going to just cut off what I think will be enough. I've previously wrapped some tape around it to stop all the threads coming apart, but actually I'd quite like to see what that looks like. So there's 3 strands there. Oh, that's interesting. I think this will be perfect. It's a nice gold colour, an old antique gold colour, perfect. So I'm just going to use that. Just pull that through. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. I like that. There we go. So embracing the pink, and just I'm really pleased that these have come out so nicely. They look really luxurious and decadent with the tickets. It's quite fun. And just adding some tickets and pockets and making nice little tucks and things, places to write on or just add your things. And if this was modern day tickets that you could add in there, that would be fun as well. You can always stain your tickets if they're the wrong colour. You can tea stain them, you can put the ink over them, and you can age them as you've seen here. You can have a go at the ink effects on the back there, and that's still plenty of writing space there, and it just will tuck into a journal and look really fun on a journaling page. Alright, so this is really fun. We've got the ribbon at the top there. This can easily be secured with a bit of glue at the back to make sure it doesn't slip out or go anywhere, particularly if you've got a quite satin ribbon. And we've got the embellishment there, a ticket that has become a pocket for a further ticket to go in. And I just think that's so special with the really vintage lace across the bottom. And if you can see a little glint and a glare there, that is an embossing glaze that I've added to the centre of that frame. So I used a distressed embossing pen from Tim Holtz, coloured it in as you would with a fibre tip marker pen, and then I have used a crystal clear embossing powder from Sweet Dixie. So the company is Sweet Dixie embossing powder. It's just a clear glaze, doesn't have to be that company. Any clear embossing glaze will do the job, no doubt. Well, there we go. I've had a really good time making those. It's lovely to work with a different colour palette and bring in some elements that I wouldn't have normally put together. So that has been fun for me to do. Thank you to Tina for inviting me along for this collaboration, having a go at a design project for Shabby-dabbydoodah. I have thought that that was really good and lovely to support a fellow crafter, especially one that lives locally to me in the UK. So this kit is called Pink Posies, and it is a 7-page digital kit that I will leave the link in the description box for below. There are lots of labels. This is the ephemera pieces here with the tags. Obviously we've been using that. There are journaling pages and it all ties in. Lovely decadent. I think that that can transfer throughout all seasons, so I thought that was really nice. And then the tickets as well, I will leave a link for those. These are lovely because I've ended up with a few more to play with, and there were some larger tickets as well. I will be able to use them and put them into some more projects. So this has been fun, and the glue is really good. So this is Anita's tacky glue, and I bought that on Amazon in a 60ml because I like to have a small, I don't want a massive great big bottle. I quite like to buy the small ones, and then if I like it I'll buy a larger one, and then I can decant into a smaller, more manageable bottle. So 60ml. Anyone in the UK, I think that that was very good value. It's an all-purpose, it's just PVA glue, I would think, so you could refill it with PVA glue, but worth having the bottle with that narrow nib. That did deliver a really thin stream of glue, and I found the whole thing very easy to get on with. So there we go. I'm always happy to find a glue that works and sticks quickly. So these will be fun for anyone to receive. There's things there that can be moved around, interactive, and just fun to add onto a present or a parcel. It's been lovely to be involved in this challenge, working with digital kits from Shabby-dabbydoodah. The Pink Posies have come out absolutely wonderfully, and I have so enjoyed adding my lace trim to them and bringing out the little pieces that I've hoarded away and finally put them somewhere where I can really be very pleased with. So I am delighted how they have turned out, and to work with a different colour palette is just really special. So that also helps me to learn and use my supplies. So I hope that that's been helpful to you guys, and that you have a little go at making your own tags. And if you would like to download this kit, then I will leave the link below, and you can also get the tickets as well and have some fun making your own fantastic tags. Okay guys, I will be back very soon with the next video, and above everything else, just slow down and make crafting time for you. Bye bye now.